morning, bro. My name is Jeff, and today we're going to be reviewing Desert Solitaire, which was written by Edward Abbey and was actually the very first book I ever listened to on the library app. Let's go. The version of this book that I listened to was read by Michael Kramer, who you may remember from the Mistborn series, which you bet we are going to be covering on this channel. He does a great job, as always, so you gotta listen to it just so that you can hear his silky smooth voice. For those of you who aren't super familiar with Edward Abbey, he is like the environmentalist guy. And kind of goes to pretty extreme lengths to make his point, but at the same time he's pretty effective. And so what he focuses on mainly in this book is it is a novel, but it's also a biographical like sketch that he made of himself, but in a novel format. Really what it does is it takes Edward Abbey and it takes and puts him into a very important time in his life when he was a seasonal park ranger at Arches National Park. Now, for those of you who have been to Arches National Park, it's beautiful, it's awesome, it's hot, it's very desert, and there's some really kind of cool and some quirky people that live there, even today. And so, 60 years ago when he was doing it, it was equally as true. He winds up meeting a bunch of these people and becomes friends with them and learns a lot about himself. So it really is kind of this journey as he's learning and developing his love of nature. I don't want to spoil too much, but I think that it's a really good book, especially for those of us who are constantly feeling like we're always trying to find our place in this world or our journey. I think that this book is a good example because he puts himself in a really extreme environment and he's able to actually find a lot out about himself, mainly that he's a conservationist and that he will be dedicating his life to some of those goals, but also some of the more pessimistic sides of the world and himself. So it's really, really interesting because he confronts himself super honestly, and I think that that's pretty refreshing and good for us. This is a super important book because it was really back in January 1 of 2017. This is when I started listening to audiobooks. And to have listened to this one, it wasn't like the very first audiobook I'd ever listened to, but when I started in January 1 of 2017, this was the first book that I was finishing. And really, it kicked off the journey. So I guess in a way, I was having my own Edward Abbey experience and just not even knowing it. So I guess that's also my inspirational point for the day is I guess you never know when you're on a journey until sometimes you take those first steps and then you are able to look back down the road and you started the YouTube channel with your brother. So anyway, thank you so much. Please hit the like and subscribe button below and we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much.